Hello my lovely spectators, Dini here. Welcome to my studio. So today we have this stuff, right? This stuff going on. Now, where did I put my trimmer? Basically, need to still cut some pieces out and put things together. But this is my project for when I was out in the wild, right? So I think I mentioned in another video that I was going to be bringing a bunch of different things to the channel, trying to change up some of the stuff that I'm doing, get out of a moho kind of rut. And so I made a little segment or a video called Crafters in the Wild. So that should be coming on the beginning of June. Basically, I've been home stuck for so long. And I had the opportunity to go with a couple of friends to an event in my area, I guess. Thankfully, they were able to drive me, so I didn't have to worry about that. And so I took something to do besides interviewing the crafters that were out there. But I also took this packet from this project kit from Graphic 45. And I'm going to tell you something. I am not a directions girl kind of girl. I don't know. I made a hot mess of it. I think I don't know what I did. I cut a couple things wrong. I can't read directions, or I think I know better and I messed up a few pieces. So let me show you what it is. And we're gonna maybe assemble the box here. So I don't know if you've ever done a Graphic 45 kit or any kit in general, but I'm going to give you my 2 cents on the experience. So the kit came with 3 different packages of paper. So, and it also has a sticker sheet. So I have all of this one here, and then the other one was on the chipboard, so it was a little less stiff. It was more of a weird plastic. The little soft kind, right? So anyway, so this kit is for this. It is called Life is Abundant. Now it's probably no longer in stock or whatever, because I think I bought this off of the not clearance, but like deals, I guess, whatever they call it on their website. So it's a mini album duo and an album stand. So this is what it's supposed to look like. And then these are all the directions that you are supposed to follow in order to make your kit. And this whole beautiful little album with the 2 things in there. Guys, I don't know. I don't know what happens. So the kit has certain paper. They give you 2 of each sheet. It has the back, and it has an A side, and it has a B side. So it is based on the months. So again, I'm giving you an explanation of this kit. I'm not sponsored. Graphic 45 doesn't know who I am. Whatever. So these are the 12 that have all of the months that I had separated, because you have to do something specific with the months. Oh my goodness. My studio is not studioing for me because everything's freaking sliding. This may not work. This one is also those pages, which I've already cut into, because you're using a lot of this side, the B side, in order to kind of set up things, right? And then this is the actual cover of it. So it is a 12 by 12 calendar collection pack called Life is Abundant. So it was from 2023. So, you know, I had bought this a couple, maybe at least over a year ago on like sale or whatever it's called. So we had that. So they give you that. Then they also gave us another packet that was the background kind of things. It all came together. If I can find it on the website, I'll link it below. Again, hashtag not sponsored. I won't be getting anything out of that. But if it's available and I can find it, like I said, you will have access. So these are the like patterns and solids, right? So we got the really fancy ones with the A and the B, and then you also have calendar cards because it's based in the calendar year. So we have these guys that I have to cut into at some point. And then I started to do that. They give you a sheet of stickers, so we do have a sheet of stickers to help decorate. And then I kept every little scrappy little bit that I had. So that's what these are for. Now, where do I put those so that I can show you what we're up to and maybe start putting it together? so I could feel a little more accomplished. This was on the chipboard. So the other plastic was from the chipboard. They actually give you the chipboard, really good quality. You know, nice thick chipboard. So let's see if I can put this someplace that it doesn't slide into oblivion and I won't be able to access the pieces. All right. So I did cut out a lot of the different pieces. So we needed strips for making the actual thing itself right here. So taking out these pieces so we can assemble that. This and all the little scrap of bits are getting in my way are because we're gonna make the booklets. Okay, and then oh look, I have another one of my little cards. Yeah, where we putting this? Guys, I'm so sorry. It's almost feeling like I need to shut this whole thing down. I can't deal with things right now. But I'm trying to be here with you, lift my spirits, try to have some fun. So these are all pieces that I probably don't have enough for, but they're like backer pieces for different parts of the binding. For what's it called? The matting of the different pieces that help to add the decoration. There, speak English, right? Get it out. Let's get it out. So I know these little bits and whatever are not. So that's book because it's more of a squarish thing, okay? And some of these things are not being utilized. Like this is the base. These are decorative pieces. So like I said, I'm going to put them to the side over here. And I want us to build the base. And we'll see how far we go. And maybe you're like, nope, bye, ciao, see you later. Understandable. Listen, I'm telling you, May is for me. I'm just gonna do some videos, see how they're received, etc., and then go from there with the channel. So there we go. All right, this is the base. These are some straps that go around that we have here. This I believe is the base, so this is going to get placed on here. So I'm going to have to adhere that there. I feel like it's a little long. Is this the right piece? I don't know. I have to double check. But we do have these two pieces, which I cut, and I need to put these together. So these are going to create the base of the holder. So it's going to be something along these lines. So we're going to have inside, and then on the outside here we have this, and then over here we're gonna have on the outside here and this. So directional paper did really need to kind of figure out where all that was gonna be. So that was the first few things. I didn't mess up on that. That's not why I messed up. So let's just actually adhere things. So it does tell you how to cut, it tells you where to affix everything, how to fold it up. So it is mix and matching the front and the back, so I will switch that up. And then we're going to be adhering these together. So let's do that, because why not? Okay. So we're going to do that. I feel like I want to use tape, but then I feel like sometimes the tape, people feel like the tape isn't strong enough. So yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. So let's start with this. These little icons are like stars and little, I guess, shapes of like planets or something. So let's start with this one. It goes on the interior of the holder. And it is like almost a near exact match in terms of measurements. So this bad boy is 7.5. Up to the line over here, it's 7.5. So it's just, this area here is a square. So what we're going to do is we're going to take out this bad boy, and then we're going to go around or across all of this to kind of help adhere this down. Okay, so this is going to be my idea here. So I'm going to hold this up and then try to line this up as precisely as possible. It's supposed to be like an exact match, right? and then it goes here, doesn't go. So then we have this. So now that's there. But for all intents and purposes, I'm going to go in here now, lift this edge slightly, and run the glue at the edge as close as I can, get to the edge to really add that security on the sides. Okay, and there we go. I didn't press it down, so yes, the tape is lifting quite a bit, right? So it was just a temporarily to hold, and I don't need to put adhesive on the entire thing on the inside by using that tape. That tape is supposed to be permanent, but like I said, it's not been pressed down. Okay, but this is going to hold nice. So I'm doing like 1/4 of an inch deep, if you can see ink, not ink. Okay, and now I'm going to really make it set up in here. Okay, nicey, right? And then inside here is the same pattern right here. So we're going to add that pattern there. You're not really going to be able to tell, but I turned it around because. So for this one, I'm just going to do the usual. I'm going to just add our adhesive around the edges. This is actually the bottom, so things will be pressing and leaning against it. So I'm not going to stress that out. Okay. All right. And then we're going to do that. Okay, so that's going to be like this. And now on the front, I'm not going to put the same one. It suggests to put the other design. So just so that there's visually the different things, because the butterflies come into play here. So we're going to do that right there. So again, we're going to put our adhesive along the edge. Now I've never, well, let me not say never. When I first really got back into scrapbooking, because it had been like, and card making had been from when my child was in the utero, that I started like nesting, and my go-to was to bring back my creative of my youth. And so I got into all the good things. Then I became a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and all that good stuff, and blah blah blah. Here we are now. And I'm just winging it, buying what I want, making what I want, etc. But every now and then you see somebody make a craft and you're like, ooh, that's interesting. So a couple of friends do books, like albums from scratch, but one of them had a graphic 45, and I was like, that is beautiful. So I decided to grab one, and here we are 2 years later trying to actually put it together. That said, that's where we are right now. So I found that putting things together, following patterns and things like that, is not necessarily my go-to. I want to kind of just wing it, but sometimes you don't have to wing it, and you can actually put things together and get something done that's somebody else's design, and that's fine. That's good. And so that's what we're doing right now today. Okay, now once it's in place, I guess it shows you how to decorate it. I think with this one, I'm going to be like literal, the way that it says it. So I did smush it a little bit, but not super hard. So now I'm going to stick my nail under here and get back to putting that glue over here. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing up the edge and not on the bottom, because it's really not necessary on the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to put that there. Again, 1/4 of an inch to give it enough coverage. Okay, and then on this side. And then we'll put the middle, and then we'll put the front, and then we'll attach them together, and then we'll look at the directions because we're not sure how to add our thing. So I don't want to bend the paper too much. I did press down a little too hard. So we're just going to try to make sure that that glue gets out any creaks and bends that I might have. Okay, so there we go. So lovely paper. I really do enjoy graphic 45. I don't know what it is about it. It's just, it's busy. Like their paper is busy, but it's just, I don't know, just I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Even though sometimes I feel like some of my stuff is like very blah in terms of like, yeah, I do clusters and things like that, but it's still like, I think they're safe. Yeah, that's the word, just safe. Where this feels busy, but it feels structured. I don't know. I'm sounding like a moron probably. All right, and here we go with this guy over here. So we'll do that. Okay. So this is gonna be an open book. It's gonna have two little albums with some writing space on it that's already designed from the paper itself. So we're all just really putting it together. And yeah, so now in terms of what am I gonna do with it, I don't know. You know, we craft for the joy of crafting, and then we have all these beautiful things that we've made, and then it's like, what do we do with them? I don't know. So that's the next part of life. Like, how do we, you know, deal with that? Okay, so these two then go back to back like this. So there is going to be a good amount of stability to the back piece, and then these will be up, and we're going to attach them somehow with the other piece. So let me just double check before I glue them together. So here they so add this will be the holder divider, and then we have our strip. So let's attach those together. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna add some of this tape in here first, and then I will add some wet glue around as well to really make sure that it is nice and good. I think with this one though, oh my goodness, I'm gonna use our friend Tombo, which I don't like him sometimes because he's too much. He's too crazy. He's too much, but it's a quicker bead, and it is a nice hold. So I'm just gonna add, you know, we're putting something together we want it to like last. Okay, so now I need to get these two together. So I'm going to bring the bottoms together here. This is just my strategy right now. Put the two pieces like against the floor, make sure the sides feel good, and then I'm doing that. Okay, all right, there we go. All right, and now we're going to smush, and somehow, this is why I hate Tombow, somehow there's glue everywhere. I could feel it on everything. It's like, why, Mr. Tombow? Why? Okay. So the Tombow is going to need some time to dry, of course, but that adhesive of the tape is going to hold them nicely together. And then let's check this out. We've got our base going. Okay. Okay, gotta be careful and ding that. Alright, so now I'm going to put that to the side. And then I'm going to bring out the other pieces, which are these strippies, right? We needed to cut 4. We had to cut them. They were supposed to be 9.5 by 1.5, and then we had some scoring to do. It is irregular scoring, meaning they're not exactly the same, so I'm just going to place them all the same. It was 3.5 and 5.5 or something like that, to that effect. Okay. And then we had to cut out strippies of the butterfly paper in order to accommodate on that. So let's look at what they want us to do, right? So we're following a kit. They want us to attach take the attached chipboard pieces of step 6. Where's step 6? Okay, and attach them. Take 400, lightly score and fold these pieces as shown. Okay, done and done. Now what? Of step 6. See what I'm saying? Take the attached chipboard pieces. Okay, those are the two that we just glued. And add the Guys, no me gusta, bro. What is happening? Why am I not processing this at all? Okay, so I have this. It's telling me to take one of these and attach it somewhere around here. And then I guess attach it there. Something like that. Does that looks like it might be the case? And let's see if I attach the other one coming this way. Okay, that seems like that's correct. Right? I'm not mad at that. Maybe I need to do it this way. But yeah, I might have to trim because I'm not precision. I'm gonna precision this. See, there's a little overlap. This gotta go like that. Okay, again, guys, you tell me, how many of you hate these kits? This is where they told me to cut the strips from. So why am I not? Oh, I see it. Exactly, yes. Alright, I see it now. It's doing that, what we said. It's doing that. Okay. Wow, guys. I am not having a decent time of this. So we are going to attach it here. So I think I'm gonna do it backwards. I'm gonna do it however I see it. This needs to be attached here. And the other one that's short needs to be attached over here. So they're going to meet up there, and they are going to be covered. And then eventually they're going to be glued to the other side in here, and that's going to happen over there. So let's do that. Let's do that. Let's take some tape to just get us started, right? And then we're going to attach, we're going to put some adhesive around the edges over here, right? The wetness, the wet stuff, the good stuff over the sticky stuff to help hold it for the moment, even though this guy pretty much art holds. So I'm gonna fold it so that this can reach up, and I'm gonna match it to the top edge here. Straight, right? Straight. Are we straight? I think so. Are we? No, doesn't look like it. Okay. Okay, yeah, so that's what we're doing. We're attaching it there, okay? Then on the other side is the longer piece, so we're gonna flip that around. We're getting there, guys, we're getting there. We're gonna now put this one up to here. Gonna butt that because it should butt properly, and then I should be able to bend it there. Perfect. Okay, and now we're gonna just press it down nice and nice. Okie dokie, artichoke. We're done with that. Just see, I need a bigger studio because everything's everywhere, but you're gonna hear me complain all the time, and I'm so sorry. Then this guy, we're gonna need to put these two over here in a nice proper way. Let me attach these flats first on this side. We're doing the same thing. We're going to attach that one there. So let's add a little safety tape. Add our wet glue, right? Especially if we're making something that's gonna be manhandled, moved around, who knows, whatever, or gifted or sold, whatever the case is. Right, so let's do that here. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. There we go. So that's there, and then we're gonna take the other one. This is the longer piece. No, this is the longer piece on this side. And do the same thing. Okay. Okay. Let's see if I can assemble this in today's video. Then we'll stop there. And then I will just, because remember, I'm still in Maze for me and do whatever I want. And not in a bad or nasty way. Just something like, I just want to have fun and do some stuff that I found around the house and blah, blah, blah. And then decide what kind of things I want to do on my channel. So if I'm getting good responses from just sitting down and crafting, because, you know, I still don't know if I have that credibility yet, guys, you know. Can I just be like, hey, guys, I'm crafting here. So now my dilemma is, how do I attach this and it stays nice and neat? So what I want to do is I want to take a piece of tape, regular old Scotch tape, What the hell? I'm losing pieces. Regular old Scotch tape. Alright, and I'm gonna put these two down here like this, and I'm gonna tape them together so that they're lined up. And of course, did I tape it up correctly? Sure, close enough. All right, so like that. So when I did that, I could use it. I can go this way. I can use it. They seem a little off in thickness, but that's okay. Let me fix the top edge to be the better edge. Okay, like that. So coming up with my own little strategies, and then I could stand this up, and then I'll be able to kind of bring this over, and where it lands hopefully is going to be good. All right, so just bringing this up like that, that's kind of what I want to do. So I need a little bit of wiggle room, so I don't think I'm gonna, well, I could put the tape because I'm not gonna press down. The tape is gonna add a little bit more security, right? I think I want to do the Tombow again because he does not set up right away. He just sloppy everywhere. Okay, so let me see. This is gonna be my strategy. This guy's gonna sit up. I'm gonna bring this guy up. Okay, try to make that as much of a right angle as possible. There. Okay. And then I'm gonna smooch them over. See, it's like, oh no. Okay, I think that might be the right. Does that look right? Three-dimensional dudes. So crazy. So now I'm okay with going like this now, so I can press that sucker down and I could clean up the glue. I do have a little sheet, a little paper that I'm using. Betty, oh my God, words. Okay, so that's gonna be cool. That's one side. All right, okay, that's good. Now I'm gonna do the other side. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna leave these down so that I can match up the tops and have the piece of tape right there. Move them up to each other. Do that. Okay. We're gonna add some tape there. And we're going to do the same thing, and we're going to, oh no, you saw what I did, people? Pay attention. Look at that. Oh, no, 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 no. That is not supposed to be there. Not supposed to. It felt a little long, too, and I was like, all right, there we go. All right, there we go. So much better. Now we're going to take our Tombow. Oh, it's a little too much over there, but okay. There we go. Something along those lines, people. Okay. And then we're going to have the movement happen over here. I'm gonna do that again. So that now I'm gonna bring this up. It's right angle, holding it up nice and straight. And then I want to bring this in so that it could. Now I also could. I want to match it up. So that's another good thing. I have that on the other side to kind of match it up too. Okay. So we're going to do that, and this, and the tape, the extra little tape inside there helps me keep things, I guess, lined up, but it gives me the glue then can set up. So I think that's how we're going to be. With this one, I'm going to have to do it in the sky, in the air, whatever you want to call it. And the stupid glue is everywhere. Tombow. Okay. A little bit. It's a little low. Okay. All right. Let's get this to wipe over here. So anything that's coming out, see what I'm saying? You can see it. See what I'm saying? This all oozed out so much. Now I have this craziness happening over here. I'm trying to see if this little rubberized thing actually does work. My thing is, if it doesn't dry completely and it stays this tacky, that's a problem. But if it dries clear and it goes away, then that's good. But right now, I still see it. Okay, this thing seems to be working, but I'm not happy with it. I mean, you know, it's taking a lot of effort. It's almost like it's pushing the glue off the page and whatnot. And then where am I gonna put that glue? Is it coming off here? Alright, we're gonna stop right there for messing with that. This one is supposed to go underneath like this on the base. So let's attach the base to that. Okay. So we're gonna use the Tombow. We're gonna take our chances, and we're going to just do this. We're gonna put the edge. Okay. And we're going to now take the piece and this piece, and we're going to match them up, and we're going to smush them down. Okay. Let's smush them down, nice. So now I understand. I see people using these cloths or mounties or whatever, but I already got stuff on my fingers. But I understand it now. I see the benefit. So I'm a little off with the trimming, so let me go get a blade. I'm just gonna, like, you know, slightly get rid of this little bit extra. I'm gonna use the thickness of the chipboard to kind of help me out. Perfect. Alright, so that's down. And now what we're going to do is we're going to attach this guy straight on here. So it's going to have this little edge of butterflies, right? Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Right? This little tiny edge of butterflies. And then we will attach the butterfly around. Okay? I think that's what's supposed to happen. Alright. Do I attach the butterfly on the inside? Interesting. It's another thing. Just some of this is still sticky. Okay. Alright, this is, it's been a minute, people, since I've done something like this. We're gonna, again, use our Tombow with our adhesive. So I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna put this to kind of be on the edges over here. And then I'm going to attach. I'm going to put some wet glue to help move it around. Okay, let's approximate. Okay, I'm just going to see where that's at. Okay. Look around, turn it around, look at it from all different angles. You are trying to center it straightly, if that's the word, into the middle. And then we're going to press it down. And we're going to take our bone folder and we're going to, see, now this seems a little twisted. It's feeling like it's lifted, but so be it. We're just going to adhere this on to the bottom. I'm going to turn this around and do the same thing. So what I'm learning and telling you guys is that these kits, they give you your measurements, right? And that's great. I think this is a little, see, this is no bueno. Look at that. I have to though, because it's throwing off everything. No. Oh well, I guess not. You can, you know, there's room for error because the trimmer, unless you are really precise on your trimmers, or you got your trimmers in there, then a minute, you know, they feel a little off sometimes after a while. Things can happen. Okay, so now we want to place our butterfly strips over here. They're supposed to go on top of this. How so? I am assuming around the piece entirely like that. Okay, and then on the inside, I think, as well. So I don't know. It didn't tell me anything about putting that on first, which I would have appreciated. Kind of being told. So that's not. Yeah, I would have done it different. I would have done it differently. All right. So here's my dilemma. I don't like. See what's happening here, and I tried to separate it because it's a little off on lining up, and so it's not lining up, right? So now I have a situation where it's a little off. Let me put a little more adhesive in there because I pulled it apart, and I really can't. Ooh, so much adhesive. Yo, he's sloppy, bro. Oh, he makes me sloppy. I don't like that. Okay. So now we have this situation where this is off. That bothers me. And again, that's a me problem. Right? So I could do, see what I'm saying? Like on this side, even this side. This whole piece, the way that I put it, it just landed wrong. And I don't know if that was me reading the directions or what the case is. But we're supposed to put a piece on the inside right here and a piece over here. I'm not going to do that. I think what I want to do is I want to kind of use this to kind of ground these two pieces and get, oh, maybe I can use anything really to kind of make them feel more connected and more correct. So, I mean, we are trying to workshop these things right now. Because if I go around here, right, like this, it's just having me put it around the piece and it's still gonna have that seam. You see what I'm saying? So I think I'm gonna, well, let's do that first. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Let me put Tom, he's got me upset. I'm gonna put Tom away. We're gonna take our regular art and we're going to look at it. Does it have an up and a down? Kind of. So we want to look at that. So I'm gonna start with adhering to this edge, and I'm gonna follow the line, of course, of the black piece. It almost looks like it could be centered. I don't know if that's, again, it being put on because of how, you know, I don't know. I'm babbling, guys. My brain is just like so upset right now with this. I'm like, oh my god. But you know me, good, bad, or ugly, fail or not, I'm gonna show you what I'm doing because I took the time to turn the camera on to bring you content. So maybe you're gonna have some struggles that are similarly like mine. So already I can see that I have some issues with the measurement. So I think I don't mind having that little bit of black, because then I could kind of, trying to find that middle point would be like, it would drive me crazy. So we're doing that. And then now we're going to reach up over here and we're going to have our last little piece over here. Right? And then we're going to do that. Okay. All right. Now there's a little bit of this overhang. I need to figure out what to do with that. I think that I'm going to attach it to here. What is wrong with you? Why are you not gluing, dude? Yeah, so you see what I'm saying? This not being lined up is causing me stress over here. I really do need to flatten this down because you don't want to see the gaps on the edge here. So I'm going over and looking at that and pushing. And I'm gonna have to add in adhesive wherever that may be a situation of miscalculated trimmings or whatever. I don't know. Okay, so now let's take another piece and let's start over here. And it's yeah, she's looking kind of busted, but it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. So we're gonna start from up here again to here, and then we'll figure out something over here to kind of trick the eye. So we're gonna put that all the way up to the top, right, starting from there. Yeah, see, I don't like how that's looking. We will be doing something to fix. We have enough chipboard and whatnot in there and pieces that we're definitely going to be able to kind of figure that out, because this is not This is not giving. And so if I had paid full price for this, and I'm sort of precise, it's, you know, like, I would be upset right now, like truly upset. But I didn't pay. I paid a sale price, which is still not cheap because it is graphic 45, but it wasn't like the full-on price. Yeah. So I would be upset. I would be upset right now. Okay, so we're doing this. And we're just smushing this. Remember, I want to be able to, on the top, see everything nicely together, right? And then this is going to come around, and it does overlap slightly, which, okay, we're going to do for the added security of connection and stuff. All right. Okay, we're doing this. Okay. I mean, she's pretty. I'm just getting things that I feel like just not being able to have a trimmer, sometimes we can't get it that precise, and I don't know the way that the steps, I feel like, did me a disservice, especially doing the second one after the first one, because I couldn't lay it flat. So that's an issue. All right. But I mean, you know, when it all comes together, those little things, I don't think anybody would notice, but as the person who's making it, I'm like, oh yeah, I see it. So I think what I want to do is I know it's supposed to be wrapped around inside like this, basically. I think. But there's no cutting guide or whatever, or scoring that I saw there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it, but I'm just going to freehand cutting this over here. So I'm just putting the back piece. I'm putting a back piece on. That's basically what I'm doing. Okay, so we're just going to stick a piece in here. I'm going to slide it. I need to cut it a little bit more, a little sliver more, because I don't know how I'm supposed to get it in there. Like, you know, it's like, here, put it in here. How, bro? How am I supposed to do that? It's like, you messed me up. Also, I think I'm going to take the wrap. Well, I need a little sliver more, which is crazy. So I can't even tell you how much. It's kind of like you got to feel it out, right? Okay. I think I'm going to do some tape again as a temporary, so I could hold it in place. And then I'm going to add mainly to the top of where the things are going in and out, so if it hits it, you know what I'm saying? The bottom, not so much. So I need to get this guy in here in such a way that I'm hitting the top. There we go. Gotta push him in, right? And then helping that the glue is gonna move it, let it move. Okay, like this, and there we go. All right, that wasn't too bad, but that was not in the directions. It was just like, adhere this to this and adhere that to that. Have fun. Okay. And now we're gonna do, so I have this nice little piece. I could do something maybe with this piece over here. I'm not sure. Possibly do something. I'll figure it out. I'm gonna use those pieces. We're gonna do the same thing over here. I'm just gonna kind of measure up where it needs to be. Somewhere about there. I put a little dent in it with my nail. And then I'm gonna cut a little piece off and see. Fit it in. Does it slide in? Yes, nice. So it may be a little short, doesn't matter because it's in the back and the corners are black, so it's all gonna be good. Okay. Now, which is my top? That's my top, so I want to put more of the adhesive on these edges and on the top for the in and out of the other contents. Okay. All right. I'm gonna put that there again, looking to catch it to the top edge and this to the top edge. Look, I see some of that glue. See, no me gusta, no me gusta. So now I'm just gonna smooth it and press it down. Right, there we go. Okay. So again, she's not easy, guys. She's not easy. She needs to be cleaned up. I need to take some time. I need to let her dry so that I can clean her up. What I'm thinking is those extra pieces of chipboard that I got from cutting around this, that, and the other. I don't know what exactly things are going to happen, but I could find two pieces, something like this, and maybe take a piece of this and round these corners to kind of hide this snafu that's happening here on both sides. So I need to see what else needs to be cut by chipboard, and then I can make those adjustments, because I have a bunch of pieces. I have my pieces for some of the book pages, but there's still other cards I think that have to be made. So this is the box. This is our adventure in the box. This is something that I just decided to sit down and do, and figured I'd record for you guys. If this is something that you know, I have 2 more kits. If you want me to see me put together kits, by all means, let me know in the comments below. I will gladly look into doing that, and it may take a few days, so a few videos. So we're gonna stop here, or else if I keep going, it's gonna be forever. So this is the, what do you call it? Life is Abundant. This is what we're looking at. So we have created the base. And so it does have a decorative piece on the top, which I have the pieces for, but we're gonna let this bad boy just like dry for a little bit, and then when I come back, I'll probably attach those pieces. I'll show you this done, cleaned up, and then we will put together the cards in another video. So hopefully you come back for the second one of the Life is Abundant by Graphic 45. Please subscribe so that you'll know when I post that video. Those of you that are gung-ho, you'll know when I'm doing that. And it'll be probably the next day, because I'm going to sit here, stop the video, and I'm going to go on to the next phase of this, put this bad boy to the side to dry, and then, you know, I'll record that and we'll have it all up in the channel. So please subscribe, like, comment, like the video, share the video, and until next time, ciao, ciao, bye.